This episode brought to you by Balls Guarana. No, like for real, we actually have a sponsor.
This is Hot Drop, where we bring you premier PUBG analysis and uber caffeinated drops. I'm Dano.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Lemon John.
And my phone just went off, but let's get into it. Did you guys hear it? Did you hear it?
No, I didn't. But,
damn it.
I mean, it works.
Okay,
so here's the thing. We legitimately have a sponsor this week.
Sellouts.
Sellouts. But let me ask you a question. Do you remember Balls Guarana? The highly caffeinated premium soda with the unmistakable glass cobalt blue bottle?
Balls Guarana has fueled the late nights for gamers, techies, geeks for over 20 years.
And Balls is still available in the staple original flavor that some say tastes like an uber smooth cream soda.
Not only is it in the original flavor, it is now available in 6 flavors. Original, cherry, orange, ginger, root beer, and zero, which is 0-calorie, sugar-free option for those of you who hate life.
You also have the option to fuel your caffeine cravings in the original bumpy 10-ounce bottle or 16-ounce sleek can.
Balls will offer listeners free shipping on their next order of Balls when they visit www.balls.com to purchase. That's BAWLS.com.
Use code Fueled by Balls at checkout to receive free shipping on your next order of Balls Guarana.
Free shipping code expires 12/31/18. One-time use only. Free shipping is only available in the U.S. domestic states. Free shipping does not apply to Canada, Alaska, or Hawaii at this time. Free shipping offer is only available at www.balls.com.
Oh, nailed it!
We're actually sponsored by a real company.
No, it's cool.
For real.
We got it.
This is
They
real.
sent us 2 cases. We're going to be drinking it all day at the LAN party. This is super cool, everybody. We're super pumped about this.
We're going to have so much leftover Balls. There's so much. We got the original flavor, a case of that, and also a case of the root beer flavor.
Yeah, we're pretty pumped.
Some say that the original flavor tastes like an uber smooth cream soda.
Hey, we're just have to find out, man. When I remember this back in high school, it definitely
We used to drink this
tasted
all
like,
the time.
It tasted more like bubblegum to me, not really cream soda.
I don't know I don't think I'm going to remember bubblegum. I think it's
I
just
don't
going to be
remember bubblegum.
like a not so spritey Sprite that tastes better.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the other thing is, I'm wondering how caffeinated it really is because I want to drink this all night.
You're
but
going to
I'm
get
not
so
sure.
jittery. You are so sensitive to caffeine.
I know. Oh my god, I have a story about that. So we were in LA and we were like, this is my first time. Hey, John. This is the first time I really visited Kate like a long time ago when we were in college. And I got a 5-hour energy and I took it and I was freaking the F out. I was like, I want off this ride. This is not fun. I hate this. I'm shaking. I'm like sitting on the toilet, like my knees are just bouncing and I'm like, this sucks. When is it gonna stop?
But here's the beautiful thing, Dan. Balls Guarana is a smooth taste. You're not going to freak out over this. It's just going to keep you fueled. It's been fueling people for over 20 years, man.
I'm going to stay hydrated. We have both the 10-ounce bottle and the 16-ounce sleek can, so I'm excited for that.
Bumpy for your pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Ribbed even, you might say.
Anyway, we have some equally or bigger cool news, right?
Yeah, we probably should have opened with this one because this is more pertaining to Hot Drop, but hey.
We're contractually obligated.
we're sellouts, man.
We have a new logo, everybody. Oh, if you hadn't noticed already, your iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, whatever you're using to listen to this podcast has a new album cover on it.
It does.
That is our new Hot Drop Podcast logo. Dig it or get the hell out.
Buy the t-shirt or don't, because t-shirts are coming soon too.
Stickers,
the proof has been ordered. We're going to get them this Saturday. Way faster than I thought. So we got some stickers on the way to test out what those look like, and soon we'll be selling them, giving them away, doing all that stuff. And yeah, this is brought to you by choomychoomy in the Discord. Dude's a freaking artistic genius. We told him, hey, we want a logo. He's like, I got you, fam. Let me write up like 5 different options. And we were like, that one looks good. And he crushed it. It looks awesome. So thank him so much. Maybe you could commission a little bit of art from choomychoomy. Dude's awesome. Support him. Because, yeah, we got to send him a hoodie or something, man. This is top tier work here.
It's cool stuff.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a good logo.
It's a great logo, John.
Sorry.
Great point.
No, that was a shitty point, John. It's a great logo.
There it is. We've missed you. Events.
Glad to be back. Events.
Enough about you, John.
Yeah, enough about you, John. Did you catch any of Downward Stream, Cody, John?
I did catch a little bit of Downward Stream, yes.
24 hours.
This dude went 24 hours and 2 minutes, I believe, for one. He went over his mark.
Well, yeah, because he also timed it at daylight savings, so he went till 11:30, I think. But technically, it would have been. Or am I wrong? Yeah, no, I'm right. Technically,
he just
it would
went
have
for
been,
24 hours
extra
straight,
30 minutes. So yeah. But he raised $650 roughly for children's hospitals.
Wow.
That's incredible. Like, wow. And I want to thank all of you guys.
Yeah, you guys came out in full force. You were playing with him. It was, oh my God, it was so cool. The numbers that he posted for this was just unbelievable. You guys are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. All of you guys stayed up all night long. His squads were filled. The war mode hit at the perfect time. We had 8-man squads going. I didn't get to play, unfortunately, but I was watching quite a bit, and it was so cool to see everyone out in support. So thank you guys for all of that. And you'll hear from him a little bit at the end of the show. Cody, LAN party. Oh, spoilers, yeah.
Hot Drop LANcast. Hot Drop LANcast. It's this weekend, guys.
Fueled by balls.
Fueled by Balls Guarana. November 10th. We're starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time, okay? We're going to play Xbox. And guess what? There's big news with the Xbox. Then we're going to play PC. Then we're going to have a community night. It's going to be lit.
Yeah. And that's all. There's nothing else in the schedule. So there might be a mobile night. Heard rumors. Talked to the Sophie crew.
Some rumblings through the mobile grapevine.
Yeah. Never know. Challenge of the week. It was Iron Sights. Typical Monday, won 3 straight, and I blame all of you, each and every one of you, for letting this happen. Especially because he hasn't even cashed in a single emote. So he has 3 stacked up, and I feel like they have to expire at a certain amount of time, so he's probably not going to get any of them. More laughing to John's reaction than my stupid joke.
He's a sucker.
The new challenge is duos. Thomas G and Charlie are leading right now, but it's a very beatable score, so get in there with your duo partner, post your kill count and placement, and we'll get you tallied up, see if you can beat their score. And you have until the next event starts, next challenge starts, which is on Monday. So get in, post your score.
Duos should be pretty competitive too. That's a good one to.
Yeah, it's also like a really easy game mode. You don't have to think about it. You just play with your duo partner, and whatever you get, you get. It's not like, oh crap, I picked up this backpack. I'm not supposed to use this backpack. Or
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
I found the scope. I can't use the scope because it's Iron Sights. We're not even asking much. We're asking you to play the game, people. Post your scores. Not that hard. Win a Discord emote. That's all. Top 10. It's coming. Promise you it's coming. The new month is here. We're already into the first week of November, so keep those submissions rolling. We've got all until the end of the month, November 30th, to submit your one best clip, and then we'll put it together for a nice little top 10 video. And you're going to get a prize, a real-life prize.
A real-life, tangible prize that you can hold in your hand.
It's real. Submit it. That's all we got. That's the news. Those are the updates.
That's our housekeeping. We act like it's not much, but we just gave you a real sponsor here, people, and then we gave you a new logo. LAN party's coming. Let's do some stuff. The Xbox box! What's in the fucking box?
All right. It's a patch number 3.
See, here's the real question though. Why did they stop doing what actual patch it was?
We've gone from 20 something back to
It was
3.
21 to patch 2 to 3 now.
Was that with 1.0 release?
No,
Is that when it reset?
That was like a couple weeks ago. They just decided to change it. I don't know why. No one knows.
Does no one know? Or have we just not?
No,
passed
no one
through?
knows.
Well, at this point, would
No
you
one.
think that Bluehole does know?
I doubt it.
I would guess that somebody had a reason. It might not be a good one.
That's fair.
Still doubt it. Continue.
Anyway, what have we
It's
got
fine.
here?
It looks like they added a supply system, which
What does
is
that
what we
mean?
have. That's what we have on the PC, where you earn XP through playtime and completing missions. It's like the normal event pass, but it's like the event pass, but for the normal game rather than map specific.
I don't know how I like that kind of. They put it into our game on PC, and I was like, "Oh, that's a thing. Hey, look, I earned a thing that I keep forgetting is there."
Yeah.
I don't know how many people out there who are listening to this actually pay attention to their objectives and stuff, but I don't. But then I'm like, "Oh, hey, I earned a thing."
I think if we
Yeah.
played more, maybe we would pay attention. But yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really look at this.
Yeah, I never click on it. Like, I don't know. It's just not something. Usually, when I get on, I'm on to play, and
Yeah,
I'm not clicking around trying to figure stuff out.
right. I'm trying to win, not claim 4,000 XP after I revive you guys 3 times. That's not really what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Something I just saw though: observing teammates grants 50% less XP than while alive. So if you stay and watch your teammates rather than leaving the match, you still get XP.
That's neat.
But just not as much.
We
it
always
looks like.
kind of stay in the match.
Yeah.
So.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They also added a makeup tab to in the appearance category. The appearance category has been added to the store where you can purchase additional hair and makeup options. Changing appearance such as face, hair, and or gender will not cost BP. Some paid items for face and makeup are excluded from this.
Okay.
Whatever. And they officially licensed Joker and Harley Quinn skins from the most recent bad movie.
Yeah, like Fortnite goes, we have all 32 NFL teams. And Bluehole's like, yeah, but we have Harley Quinn and Jared Leto's Joker. Come over here, please.
Barely, like if you look at the face of the Joker makeup, it's like
Ben Affleck and the Joker makeup.
it's not very much made up. It's just like the tip of the face. It's
Yeah, I want to
like-
know if I get naked as this character, do I have all the bad tattoos?
Yeah, right?
Mm,
Should.
hopefully.
Better be realistic or else.
I mean, look, Harley Quinn's legs have the tattoos on it. Why?
Mhm,
what's
mhm,
the deal there?
Blue hole.
Yeah, blue hole.
Do you get the baseball bat? That's the other thing.
As what?
As
As
like a melee
Joker?
weapon?
It looks like it's a skin for crowbar and machete. What?
Oh,
Oh, okay.
interesting.
The baseball bat skins for crowbar and machete.
Huh.
I guess it is kind of strange that there's not a baseball bat in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that they've pointed this out, I'm wondering what the whole point is to PUBG anyway.
Yeah. Oh well.
And I think those are probably paid bundles. Each bundle includes new paid hair and makeup options as well to complete the look of these two iconic characters.
That's pushing it a little bit, but okay.
Custom matches have been added.
Oh,
Known issue, you may experience short instances of hitching in the custom match lobby when assigning or moving teams.
yeah, as long as it doesn't hitch in the game, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
This
We
is
got
huge.
them though. They're here.
This is huge news.
Yeah.
This is enormous.
Just in time for the LANcast, people.
Normal and war mode.
Oh yeah. The rules
Okay, so they
are a
don't
little
have
bit
the-
diluted, I would say.
So they don't have the full spectrum of custom games
Yeah.
that we have on PC. However, normal mode and war mode, we mostly kind of got them.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you can't do things like adjust circle size and everything for war mode, but you can get a lobby with people in it that you know that you want
That's
to play
awesome.
with, and that's the whole point. So the Discord like exploded this morning with this news. It was really cool to see. Everyone's really excited for it. And that just proves the point that what we need is content to make people
Yeah.
excited. It's just so simple. It's just so
That's
simple.
what that's what we've been complaining about is that there's not enough stuff to bring people in here. So with the war mode though, it seems as though the game modes have a couple of defaults, and the war mode includes the Desert Night as the preset for it.
So weird.
Yeah. So I think that there might not be as versatile of you only get to pick from the presets for custom war mode.
Yeah, I think I saw a screenshot of it, and you had like regular war mode, and then you had Desert Night. So you basically had the regular war mode with all the ARs, and then you had the Desert Night, which I think is the one with the care package weapons. I think those are your two options.
Come down to no, that was Metal Rain.
Yeah, Metal Rain was the one with the.
Carnage
but there are
and a
flare
pistol.
guns. There are flare guns in this this custom match modes.
Either way, custom games are here, and I'm excited for at least something.
Yeah.
People are going to play. We're going to have a shit ton of people out there. I expect to see every single one of you in there.
Yeah, it's gonna
We
be
have
huge.
how many people do we have in here? Right, we
A
got
lot.
13 online, and there's like 70 of you, and I need you all in the Xbox community day on Saturday.
Day. Yeah, we'll start at 10 a.m. and we'll do some customs right off the bat because I'm really looking forward to playing with all of you finally.
I will ban one Ray on the hour every hour until you're all in the lobby.
Oh man,
How many Rays do we have?
I can think of one really, but
That's
think we
the
can
one.
stack up
Every
some
hour
multiple
on
bans.
the hour. I will build him up and I will take him down. Build him back up and take him back down again.
Oh man! All right, so things to keep in mind when creating custom matches: you have to have at least 10 people to start. So hopefully you have friends, and you can keep the game in a waiting room for up to 2 hours. And if it's anything like PC, if you start it accidentally and then back out, you're gonna have to wait for that match to end before you can start a new one. So I would expect that to happen here. And then
Also,
last,
I'd like to make an announcement. We also need PCD to not play Red Dead this weekend and get on Xbox and continue to play PUBG with us.
yes, please, all of you, Red Dead Redemptors,
Redemptors.
I think they're called Jesuses.
Cowboys.
Y'all in the cowboy corner.
Jeez, get in and play Xbox with us, please. All right, moving on. Performance. Optimize texture streaming to reduce hitching and bug fixes. Fixed a bug where upon completing a match in training mode, you'll receive 2 wins that counted towards Game Hub stats.
Love it.
You should get no wins, really,
True.
Because those aren't
'Cause you're not
really
playing the
wins.
And it also shouldn't count towards the number of games that you played.
correct.
Just in case that was a thing either.
Got to keep that ratio. Keep that good ratio. All right, what else we got in the Xbox box? Community weekly post.
Yeah, there's a community weekly post, which, I don't know. Now that we've dropped custom games on you, I mean, this isn't as exciting. They wanted to go over a couple of things. The South American server. They're excited to announce that the South American server is returning from November 8th to the 11th, November 9th to the 12th, whatever BRST stands for.
Brazilian?
Standard.
Battle Royale Standard Time. During that time, the South American server will be available to select and play on. The goal is similar to the last time the server was temporarily open. They'd like to see if they can maintain a healthy player community and matchmaking times.
Nice. Yeah.
Available modes: solo and squad. Third person.
No first person, no duo, no event mode.
No event mode.
Yeah. I don't know anyone in South America, but I'm sure there's a bunch of you guys who are itching to finally have a server for yourselves, but you're not getting all the options, unfortunately. And I think it's just because the population probably isn't there compared to the other regions, but I'm sure they'll adjust this going forward as they see the player counts. Movement. After update number 2, many of our players have voiced concerns over how movement now feels quite different and has a sliding effect. This is a change in the dead zone shape of both left and right sticks that they implemented, and it was missed in the initial patch notes for update 2. So the new dead zone shape is why players are finding it difficult to move in a straight line. They're testing out possible fixes internally, and additional information will be announced soon. I don't really notice much of a difference, much of a problem. But again, I don't play a lot of Xbox, so who knows? Graphical settings. We understand that many of our players are curious about the different options for graphical settings that we mentioned in last week's post, and they'll be sharing further details at a later time. I thought this was supposed to happen this month, meaning, well, I'm living in the past here. I thought it was supposed to happen in October.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to have custom games in September, Dan.
Yeah, as well as the skin trade up thing that hasn't happened. And, oh yeah, the whole bunch of stuff on the roadmap, which we'll get to in a little while too. So, yeah. Oh, well. But this was the settings for the option to choose between high graphics or high performance that they teased, because the Xbox One X people were having some difficulty with the performance there.
Yeah, well, playdoing is becoming a legitimate thing again, even though the previous patch reduced the memory required so that you wouldn't have that. All those crashes. Remember that memory leak thing?
Lost connection to host.
Yep. And then they said, oh boy, we messed that up, so we're going to fix that. That's in a full paragraph. That's what they said. Play-Doh, bad. We messed up. Gonna fix it. Later.
Peace.
Vent mode over power. Aaron
His
Gull.
power level's over 9,000.
Aaron Gale with 3 8-man squads. Everybody spawns with level 3 gear and a care package weapon. As a twist, it only takes 3 seconds to revive teammates, but when knocked out, you'll also bleed much faster than normal.
So did we have a very similar one with 8-man squads and care packages?
Yeah, I think we did.
We didn't get a care package weapon with the 8-man squads. There is an overpower option in the custom games, like for
maybe. What was we had a really, really good one that was 8-man squads. I just don't remember the actual rules to the one we had.
That was one of the first war modes we played. We played it with your brother, John, and then we picked up a couple people in the Discord. I remember like being on a roof, pinned down, but that was really fun because the 8-man squads really put a new twist on it.
Yeah, we won that one too.
Yeah,
we did. We crushed it because that was one of the first games that I had a 6X and I was kicking ass.
Yeah,
that was there were flares as well because I remember somebody got an armored vehicle and we called down care packages. I think I had an by the end.
Nice.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, I like that. I like anything that has more than 4-person squads makes it really fun, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. You guys, was a thing, is a thing.
Yeah, that's what they played on Downward's 24-hour stream. It was perfect for that. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And last call, skins. If you haven't got your skin, you missed it. So too late. Sorry. And weapon skins too. So
you missed it.
You missed it.
Yeah, basic.
That is all.
No, that's not all.
That's not all.
That is one more.
What?
Listen to me carefully and pass this along to everyone that you know who has an Xbox. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds is free to play this weekend only. If you care about us at all, you will tell everyone that you know to download this game for free this weekend only and send them a link to the Hot Drop Podcast. Repeat after me. Cody is handsome as hell, and I will send my friends to the Hot Drop Podcast. I am Lord Beardface. Ooh,
also drink balls.
Fast.
Oh, yeah, balls.
Also drink Balls Guarana.
Balls Guarana. Free shipping on your next order when you visit balls.com and put in code Fueled by Balls.
No spaces.
No spaces, no. All caps. Yeah. Personal computer place?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, we are now entering the personal computer place.
We're in it. We're in the place. We're in the PCP. We're on PCP. No.
We are on PCP.
No.
That's what they give you for colds nowadays. That's
Angel dust? Is that the same thing?
PCP and Angel
I
dust?
don't know if they are the same thing or not. I don't remember.
Well,
I think so.
Dope is a generic term for every drug on the planet, is what I've learned.
True.
Yeah. Moving on. Esports plans. So this is the one big piece of news that we have. We're going to revisit some old pieces of news. But they have a pretty big document here about their plans for esports in 2019. What's nice of them this time, which I like, they did this little thing. They put a too long didn't read at the top. Basically, they explain that there's going to be 9 independent regions all across the world that will all compete in PUBG at a professional level. All regional pro competitions will begin and end within the same windows. They're like phases, which will take place 3 times a season. All of the 9 pro regions will be given an opportunity to send their top teams to the global championship, and the prize pool is $2 million. At the end of the season, they'll have an all-star game, and they're talking about bringing in industry-leading third-party organizers to create other unique global events as well. So this is their very first attempt, I think, at really making a legitimate scene. We've seen some of the what do you call them, tournaments so far. We've seen like Gamescom Invitational, we've seen some streamer invitational tournaments, but we haven't seen anything at this scale. And this is really outlines the fact that they're going to make this a real legitimate push to be an actual esport in 2019. What are your guys' first thoughts about this? Like, do you think the game is ready for this?
No.
John, do you feel the same?
I feel like I think they are doing the right things to push it into the right direction. StarCraft kind of has a similar setup. Well, they have 2 leagues basically. There's like the foreign league and the Korean league, and they both compete for points, and then the top 16 in that point value gets sent to like the global finals. So I like that setup. They also say all regions and global pro competitions will adopt the universal rule set for 2019, FPP, 16 teams per game, 4-person squads, Erangel and Miramar, unified point system, and unified in-game settings.
That's
kind of interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Also, why no Savage? Why no Sanok here?
I think it's too variable from Erangel and Miramar.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the terrain is
different.
Super challenging as well, as far as like blind hills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's like less of a way to showcase your skills on a more random environment, I think.
Yeah. It's fun for us because it's really quick to jump into the action,
Yeah.
but that kind of hamstrings some teams, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your thought there. Did you have anything else about that last bullet that you wanted to share?
No, I was actually going to move on up. I kind of am jumping around to the unique global events, which I think global events would refer to like something that we could all play. So like a company develops like a new event for us to play, kind of like a war mode, but different, and then everybody gets to try it.
That'd be fun as hell, as opposed to dumb as hell.
And that's what we need.
I'm reading that
content.
right, yeah.
Yeah, those new game modes, I think that's the key here. What do you think about first person being the default universal rule set? Because I really feel that this game was made to be and was developed as a third person game, but now they want it to be a first person game.
They want it to be a first person game because all competitive esports games like this would be a first person game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I feel like they feel they have to because that's what the pro circuit wants. Not because they think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that they're focusing on first person, but because I really don't think that it's smooth yet. It's still clunky. You're still super short. Like it doesn't feel right to me yet. And I hope they're going to change some of those things, but I don't know if they are, especially after announcing that this is the way they're going to go.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is because we play third person, we're not going to be used to first person, and I think the people who play first person are very used to it now. So I don't think it feels clunky or weird to them as much as like we think it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah, this is a pretty comprehensive document, so if you're interested in the pro scene at all, it's something we don't really cover on the show so much. I think there's a lot of content in the pro scene. There's a lot of news and updates and scores and players and all that stuff to take care of and keep track of. We don't really cover it too much, and I don't know if that's something we ever want to do.
You guys are our real pros.
But the information.
Don't laugh, Dan. I was having a sentimental moment.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I agree with you.
That's right, you do.
Yes. And it definitely wasn't a joke in any way.
Won't someone think of the Ray?
Rest in peace. That's one down. Yeah. That's the very big, long document all about esports. So what else do we have in the personal computer place?
Well, I know that you were looking up some shiz for us, and you were like, hey, I'm a smart man and handsome to boot. Let's go back to the roadmap that we talked about in a previous episode.
Hey.
We're like, what? And you were like, yeah, let's do it, and added it into our notes.
So here it is. This is the PUBG roadmap 2018. On March 8th, they put out this update that talked about all of the things they were going to do in 2018. So what I thought we would do is check out their progress, see how they've, actually done these things, see if they've done them or not. And what I found is that actually they have done a lot of these things, and let's just bullet point them really quick. So the first thing they talk about in the document is all about aesthetics, upgrades to building textures and so on. And I don't see any changes here. I don't think they've really done this.
Nah.
Unless this is part of the optimization process, but I've never really noticed any changes to textures on buildings.
Never have I gone into a game and gone like, holy shit, that bush looks way better.
Yeah. Yeah, and they said they were doing it to upgrade the aesthetics. They have a before and after picture in this document, which is funny because I think the before one looks better. But anyway, regardless. So that's a no. We'll put that in the L column as a loss. They said they would put out a 4x4 map, jungle themed.
Hey.
Done it.
Check. Put it in
They
the
done
W.
it.
They said they would do an emote system where they can
No one cares.
check out all of the emotes. No one ever uses these.
I've
But they did
used
it.
them on accident.
Yeah. They love their wheel menus as well. Then they said they were going to add more game modes. Well, they kind of did. They added one for PC very recently called the War Mode Conquest, which is a 50 versus 50 game mode. But they haven't really added anything beyond that, unless they count War Mode itself as a game mode. They have done all of the limited time game modes as well. That's a thing that you could say they did to satisfy this bullet point, but I don't know. I want things like Capture the Flag or King of the Hill or these 50 versus 50 things. That's a new game mode to me. So we'll put that in the middle. We don't know if they've really done that. New vehicles, yes. They've added the Murado. They've added the Armored UAZ, the map-specific vehicles, the scooter, and the tuk-tuk. That's something they did. I say we can say yes to that.
Indubitably.
They said they would put out an 8x8 map, which we now know as the snow map. 2018 is not over yet, so
I'm excited to see what the actual name of this snow map is going to be, and I really hope it's something super dumb.
Funky chicken.
Like
Funky chicken.
Iceville.
Like
Ooh.
Winter Wonderland or something ridiculous. Whoville.
Subarctic.
Whoville is a good choice.
Tundra
It
and
is.
Taiga. So yeah, we haven't seen that yet, but it has been teased a little bit, and it's not the end of the year yet, so I'm not going to fault him on that. A map is like a massive, massive thing, so I'll let that one slide. Achievements, in-game friends, and the squad voice chat system, that has all happened. However, I don't think anyone really uses in-game chat.
I'm not sure.
Discord. But if you don't, maybe you use it, and they have added that. Limb and vehicle penetration. Limb, definitely. We know for a fact they added
We
that.
definitely get shot in vehicles, though.
But we also get shot through the window, so I'm not really sure if this is there yet.
We could test this.
Let's test this. But we know we can give them at least a 1 out of 2 on that one. They said they would overhaul the entire third-person and first-person animation systems.
Boo.
Yeah. Hasn't
Not even close. We're all just robots leaping and vaulting over a box that we should be able to climb up on.
They said they would parachute overhaul, do a full overhaul of that system.
Those were lies, Dan.
No, that was a lie.
Still win.
Empty promises.
Stabilization, optimization, and anti-cheat. I can give them a passing grade on this. They have increased the optimization for sure. We have noticed the game has gotten a lot better since it was on March of this year. But anti-cheat still has a little bit ways to go, and it's going to be a constant battle. Just last time we played, I logged in and saw that I had a successful report on someone. So there are cheaters in this game. But if you report them, it does help them knock them out faster than they can do themselves. It is a little bit more stable, though we are getting crashes too. But I will give them a passing grade on this. I don't know what you guys think, but it's a work in progress and always will be. Better hi-fi sound, especially for vehicles and player movement. They talked about adding things like different sounds for when people walk on different surfaces. Some of that has been done. I think the vehicles definitely were changed because if I remember way back, I did a quick YouTube video on all of the different sounds that vehicles make, the changes that they did. So I'll give them a yes on that. I don't think they've done all of the player movement stuff they want, but maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember any change notes about player movement on surfaces. For esports, they said they would do a 3D replay system. I think they did this. If this counts as the regular replay system we have now, I'm not really sure.
Spectate mode?
If spectate mode might count as that, yeah. They don't really explain it too thoroughly here in the document, but I guess we'll say yeah. The replay system has come a long way. They have focused a lot on the spectator tools, things like X-ray and grenade tracers and stuff like that.
Yeah, the tournament style replays are pretty great. Not gonna lie, when I watched was it the PUBG Invitational or whatever?
Yeah,
that was great. The replay system, the shoutcasting was cool.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a big focus going forward, is making sure those replay tools are perfect so that they can give their viewers a really good experience for pro matches. And custom games. So this is like we just talked about, the Xbox custom games are here. The PC ones are also here. So that's a yes. So I kind of wanted to look at this for a few reasons. The first was like to think about the current state of the game, like we talked about last episode, and like the general overall feelings of this game on the Reddits, on the forums, in the news, whatever else, in the community. And people have been pretty negative and pretty vocal about how they don't think the game is in a good spot. But when you compare it to what they said they would do, it's pretty close. Like, they have done a lot of the stuff. There's a few big things that are missing, like the animation system overhaul for parachute and individual characters. But, they've really done a lot of the stuff they said they would. So I don't really see how you could bash them for not keeping their word. It's very, very hard. Working at a software company, it's very difficult to plan out a roadmap for a month, much less the next 9 months. So I've got to get them a little bit of a props for this here. I think they've done a good job. I want to see what you guys thought. Do you guys agree, or do you think they could have done more?
I think that they did a pretty good job, especially when you break it down into this list. And I've been happy with the stability and optimizations and even anti-cheat that have happened lately. Like, I haven't felt like my game night was impeded based on the playability of the game, I think the game is in a good spot. I think we're all ready for some new content. I think Sanhok was an amazing addition that we all loved and played like so much. And now we're kind of ready to see what the next move is.
Yeah. Cody, any thoughts? Anything else to add?
I would like to agree with John.
But not Dan.
Not me, though, right?
Well, I think Dan's an idiot.
Ban. So what does this tell us about the next few months? So we have a couple months left, and we know they have a few things on the list, but what do you guys think is going to be coming up through the pipeline?
That's the question, right? Is like, can they hit any of the other things on the list, having been like quiet about it? Can they like drop some stuff before the end of the year? It would be a good time before like the winter holidays to get people moving with it, and also banking with the free weekend that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that for Xbox only?
That's for Xbox only right now, but who knows? I mean, we've also got PS4 on the horizon. I think that was December they were teasing that as a possible release.
IGN had posted that, I want to say it was a Korean like a Korean ad for like Target or Amazon or something, and it listed PUBG on PlayStation 4. And then it was taken down. So
yeah, that's going to bring in a massive influx of new people, new members of the community. And I think the game is in a lot better spot than it was when it came out on Xbox. So I think the PS4 people might be a little more optimistic and happy about the state of the game as soon as they get it. So that's cool.
Well, the thing is they're going to miss the boat here. Black Friday's coming up.
That's true.
If they don't release this on PlayStation before Black Friday, they really missed the mark.
But they also have Christmas coming up too.
Yeah, but people are like the Black Friday deals are the when people do the majority of their Christmas shopping.
That's true.
For the big things, yeah.
So like video games and technology are the biggest things that people buy on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And if those aren't released by then, you're going to get a lot less people buying it.
Yeah, that's true. But I think overall having a PS4 platform is going to be a big thing for this game. It's
for sure.
awesome.
For sure.
We can add a new tag to Discord. I'm getting ready for that.
It's dumb though, because like in the show, we're going to have to call it the PlayStation, right?
Yeah. The PlayStation.
We could call it the Playpen. the activity area.
Yeah. But what about content? What do you guys think is going to come out? And you can steal some of my notes here as well, but
completely off the top of my head without using your notes, new map specific weapons /vehicles.
Yeah, that's going to be a given. If they do put out that snow map by the end of the year, we'll have new weapons for that and vehicles for that.
Yeah. I think we'll definitely get the beta version of it before the end of the year.
Because they did say they want to start it out early with us, build it with our feedback. They want to do it the same way that they did Sanhok, which is great. I mean, it was great that we got in there so early and we were able to see what it became. So I would expect that pretty soon. I think it's going to come out pretty soon, maybe even this month. But we're also going to see likely new sounds for the player movement, because that was something I saw in the last document we just talked about. I think that's a big thing for esports, to be able to identify where your enemies are, what direction they're coming from, and what surface they're on, like if they're outside on grass versus inside. You can definitely do that now, but I think the volume of the sounds could use a little bit of tweaking, because I feel like I can't be sneaky at all in PUBG. Like even when crouched or crawling, you're so loud. So I think they might adjust that a little bit for esports. They will focus on the replay and spectator features for sure. And I think we're probably going to get a few new game modes, maybe like Capture the Flag or King of the Hill. And with that, of course, a ton of new skins that no one asked for or really wants.
Officially licensed Harley Quinn and Joker.
Know what they need? They need a Balls t-shirt.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Balls Guarana. Now available in 6 flavors: original, cherry, orange, ginger, root beer, and zero. The 0-calorie option.
Use Fueled by Balls at checkout to receive free shipping on your next order of Balls Guarana at balls.com. BAWLS.com.
Mobile home? Is there anything else to talk about on PC? I think we can move on.
But how in the world is Tom going to stay awake during his driving of the mobile home?
I'll tell you how. Balls Guarana. Balls Guarana has fueled late-night games for gamers, techies, and driving mobile homes. Ballsguarana.com. Nope. Balls.com. This one comes straight out of ITT Tom. You want to take this one? I've talked a lot, I feel. So one of you guys.
Ja. Goes to Europe for 3 weeks, forgets how to speak English.
Omelette du fromage.
Something
He's
about
late to cheese.
Yeah, it's a omelet with cheese, which I learned from Dexter's Lab. That episode where he that's all he could say. Anyway, from Tom, straight from the Tom's mouth or computer. Crew challenges started today. Another community night in the works. Ooh. And this is the last week of the season, so any and all Royal Pass players, be sure to complete any remaining challenges. Be sure to redeem any Season 3 points before it ends. On a side note, did you know that in an episode that was done about 10 weeks ago, you attempted to translate the 0.9.0 patch notes for Noble? That didn't drop until 2 weeks ago, you hacker.
That's
Lamau.
me.
Oh, shit.
He hacked straight in the mainframe, ripped out those 0.9 patch notes, but somehow they got caught in the Chinese filter, and I didn't know how to read them. But yeah, I did that. I hacked the PUBG mainframe.
You shouldn't have sent him my way. I don't
Yeah.
know Chinese, but
Well, we got the hookup.
Then why would we send him your way?
because my wife does.
He's got some contacts. He knows some people. Yeah, small mobile home update, but it's a good one. If you have any questions, reach out to Tom, the Sofa King crew. Those guys are in there every day playing. So, also, if you want to join the clan, hit us up. Join the Discord. Cody, can you take this one away, please? John makes a great point. No, it's questions for the show.
They're the questions for the show.
And cut out. It'll sound like I edited you to cut
But you
off
didn't.
your thing, but you cut out for me, so
Cut
I
out
didn't
for me too.
I didn't actually cut out that. I wanted to hear Cody's voice. Anyway, take this first one.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, first question for the show. Colonel Ping wants to know, if they made a PUBG movie, who would play the 4-man squad? Oh shit, and Time to Rise wants to know who would make cameos throughout.
You have to look up so many people for this question.
This is a tough one.
Me, obviously.
Definitely.
Okay.
Who's the guy in all the Lord of the Rings movies and every other movie he's in that always dies? Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
So definitely him. He's the expendable
That's a
crewman.
good one. Okay.
Sean Bean's a good one.
Yeah.
Mr.
about-
Rogers, because I think he would share loot evenly amongst the group. That would be a choice for me. What'd you have? John?
Idris Elba.
Oh, the sexiest man alive?
Ooh, that
Yeah,
would be
that's
good.
the one.
Hmm.
Bill Paxton.
He's dead, John.
Damn it.
So is Mr. Rogers. We're just going to overlook that.
Not in our hearts.
Bob Saget.
Oh God, his coke-fueled rage would.
I know.
blast through
He's
the-
the guy you send in first. He's going to go in with a fully equipped scorpion and just mow people down, kick open the door, toss a
But who's
grenade through the
making
hole.
cameos here? Like Bradley Cooper has to be in this movie, right? Not that he's good or fitting, but like somebody's paid enough money to put Bradley Cooper in the movie.
Definitely.
Tom Cruise.
Jared
Jessica
Leto as
Alba.
the Joker. Jason Bourne as well.
Yeah, not Matt
Not
Damon.
Matt
but Jason Bourne.
Yes. Not Matt Damon. Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
But it turns out Tom Selleck was the bad guy the whole time.
Oh, don't make him the bad guy. I love him.
Me too. Blue Bloods is pretty great.
Blue Bloods is pretty great.
Wait, he's the bad guy in Blue Bloods?
No, he's the
No,
good guy in
yeah,
Yeah,
Blue
that's what I
Bloods.
thought. There was like a huge twist you're about to just drop on me.
I'm not about to spoil Blue Bloods for anybody. Go watch Donnie Wahlberg. Blue Bloods.
All right. Charlie says, if you did not live in America, where would you live and why? I think John is the most worldly and traveled person in our group here, so maybe he has some ideas where he would live.
Are you cutting in and out, or am I cutting in and out?
He's cutting in and out. I have flown a fair distance this year. My choice would be the UK because my wife lives there.
My choice would be the UK because John's wife lives there.
Creepy.
My choice would be the
I
UK
just want to get
because
to know
John
her. She
lives
seems
there.
like a nice lady, and she loves you more than I do, and I want to find out how to beat her level of love.
I'm not going to the UK because John still might be a murderer and we're not sure.
Oh yeah, we're not sure.
I have proven time and time again how little murder I do.
Not how no murder he does. How little murder.
Little.
You can't disprove something fully. You can't prove a negative. Jesus.
Okay, but John, where in the UK specifically would you prefer?
I mean, I'm a big fan of London personally. I like the area a lot. It's what's great about London? Me and my wife love to go shopping for groceries, buy a bunch of food, and then make stuff. Dinner.
Wait. Like with the food that you bought at the grocery store?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right?
What?
No, but here's the thing. In the UK, and this is different from LA, the food that you buy at the grocery store is super cheap. Like the going out to eat costs about the same as LA. Like, you get a burger for 10 pounds or whatever, right? But when you buy like meat and veggies, it's like pence. It's super fucking cheap. So that I think is very advantageous to my lifestyle, which is I prefer to cook things a lot.
Huh. I haven't traveled to many other countries, so I wouldn't know, but I always liked pictures of Austria. So, Austria.
All right. I always like pictures of Norway, so Norway.
I think if I was going to choose somewhere like purely aesthetically, it would either be Japan because my wife loves Japan as well, but I haven't been, or Amsterdam. We had a lot of fun, like just hanging in the city. It's a nice city vibe.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, I need to travel more. That's pretty much what we decided once we get back from the honeymoon.
Yeah,
More travel.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah. And it's not that expensive. It really isn't that bad. You can, if you know how to shop around and get some cheap flights, you can make it work.
Yeah,
It's just
you,
the time
you
off
have
is
to
the hard
plan
part.
for the right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Andrew wants to know, if there was a battle royale for Gundams, would you play it? I feel like dropping out with a Zaku and upgrading your armor and weapons would be really neat, and I feel the final circle would be more action-packed. Thoughts?
I don't know what a Gundam is.
Neither do I, but John definitely does.
It's a giant robot.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I thought it was a giant robot for sure because it
Totally.
was mentioned in Ready Player One, the book. Maybe not the movie. I haven't seen the movie.
So, John, thoughts, since you're the only one who knows what this is?
I have played some like giant robot games. I think they're fun for a short period of time, but they're generally pretty clunky. I even played, there was this old game on Xbox original called Steel Battalion. Did either of you play this game?
No.
Crazy game. It was a full-on mech sim, and it had a 3-part controller that was basically each part was about as big as an arcade platform with a bunch of knobs, dials, hand control things, and also 2 foot pedals.
Okay.
So the biggest barrier to this game, the game costs like $50 by itself, and then there's like a $60 controller that
my
goes
God.
with it or something. But you like walk with the gas pedal, or like you control the speed with the gas pedals or whatever, and then you have like all these controls on the panel that you hook together to control everything, and it made you feel super cool, but it was really, really hard.
It sounds really hard. And really expensive for a game that you might not even like.
Really expensive. My friend had it, luckily, and we played it like a couple of times, and it was hard to play. But it was really cool to set the controller up and pretend to be in a space bot. It was fun.
So what about that in PUBG?
I think it would be tough to do. I think Battle Royale with giant robots is a fun idea. I think you would have to really work on the controls to get it right.
Yeah, definitely. And the balancing. Like jetpack robots with shooting rockets and shit. Like it could be really fun, but tough to balance.
Yeah. Right.
Boom. Next question.
Killer Too Easy. When will Dano play RDR2 and Dead Redemption 2? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, Dan.
So I bought the game.
Did you really?
I have no idea when I'm going to play it. I was pressured, not by anyone in particular, but by my longing to be a part of the new group on Discord, the Cowboy Corner. I just really wanted to fit in there, so I bought the game, but I have no intention of playing it anytime soon because I just have no time. But I'll get there. I will get there. And I have to get there before they add multiplayer, because then people are going to want to play multiplayer, and I have to know how to play the game. But true. I will say, although I am not playing, I am contributing to that little section of Discord with some hilarious videos. So definitely jump in and check those out. My favorite one,
amazing highlights.
Yeah, my favorite one are the deer in this game are just vicious. There's one with it's a clip of this lady saying, "Hey, can you help me? My horse died." And all of a sudden, as she's saying that, a deer just runs at her and takes her out of nowhere. And then another one where the guy's walking up to the edge of the cliff, and then a deer just runs him over and he falls off the cliff and dies. Hilarious. Love it. So yeah, I'll get there hopefully soon. It does look incredible. I'm hearing nothing but good things. Everyone is just really loving that game. It looks so detailed and so fun. So one of these days. Next question. I think this is me. ITT Tom says, realism is one of PUBG's stronger points, and this is where my question stems from. We have dynamic weather with fog and rain, and we have a dusk mode along with a night mode on mobile. With a new winter map and snow in production to reduce the wasted gun replacements. Interesting. Oh, the new winter map and snow is in production. That's confusing to me. Sorry. But what do you think about adding wind is his question. So along with that would come the strength and direction indicator of wind. It would affect your crate drops. It would affect your parachuting, your jump distance, when you pulled the chute. It could affect the bullet drop. It was just something that he was thinking of when the wind was blowing really hard when he was filling his car with gas. So what do you think?
Well, I would like to point out right now, Tom, that there is wind when I parachute in.
That is
every goddamn day. Every goddamn day, parachuting, I'm lined up, and then there's fucking wind.
That's right.
So let me tell you right now, roll the sound clip, Dan. I'd really like to talk about how dumb as hail that is.
Dumb. Dumb as hell.
You're so dumb. Really dumb. For real. Dumb as hail. It is dumb as hail that someone would suggest to add more wind when they're denying they have wind in the first place. And it's there. We know it's there. I have the perfect trajectory to the warehouse where I'm going to get a gun and shoot a guy in the face virtually. But you know what happens? Oh no, Andy Am! That's what happens every goddamn time. I don't need more wind. I need them to admit that they have the wind they have. Dumb as hell.
That was some hot wind.
That was hot. Whew. I'm sweaty. Jamie says, question for the show. In Xbox, do the weapon attachments... We're just moving on. I can't top that. Are you kidding me? We have to move on. There is no better explanation or answer to that question. He'll understand. I'm sure he'll understand. Jamie says, in Xbox, do the weapon attachments really do anything, and is there any difference? Having played PC, where recoil, etc., is way bigger, and having run significant testing in the range on Xbox, I think that Xbox attachment effect is small and the difference almost non-existent. I think people who say, I like the half grip on the QBZ is just remembering the time that they were shredding and getting confidence versus actual difference.
I feel like there's like some truth to that.
I have thoughts.
I think there's truth to the second part. I definitely think people who say like, oh, I prefer this one grip over the other might have been thinking that because they just happened to use that grip and liked it when they were doing well. I think that could play into it. I do think there are genuine differences between the grips, and there is a genuine way that you should play according to the game. Like, for example, if you're tapping at a long range, you're going to want a lightweight grip or a vert grip, depending on the weapon you use as well. I do think that they make a difference. I think the compensator makes a big difference. I personally feel it. But I also think that the recoil on Xbox is a little bit less than PC. I think I'm in agreement there.
Here are my thoughts. When you hear people say you should use the half grip for spraying, that's because statistically it pulls up less. But if you have a preference beyond that, like saying, I like the thumb grip, I happen to like the thumb grip on the QBZ, and that is because I have had many games where I have a thumb grip on the QBZ and I destroy people. That doesn't mean that I am placing a higher meaning on the thumb grip. That means that I might control it better with a thumb grip than with the half grip. Like, some people are better at controlling vertical recoil or horizontal recoil or a small amount of both, and different attachments will help with those things in different amounts. So I think the important thing, rather than saying, oh, this is better, and if you're not using this, you're bad, is to find an attachment that works particularly for you. At the same time, it makes sense to me that it would be less effective on Xbox since the recoil amount is lessened. However, I haven't tested that.
Papa Bear don't care. He has a question for the show. Should players that squad with another player that is obviously cheating be punished, temporarily banned, as if there isn't any evidence that they were cheating themselves? Example. We ran into a guy on PC that had some blatant help hitting targets. When I checked his history, he had run squads with the same people over and over. Reported the cheater, and he was banned. No consequences for his teammates as far as we know. I think in a perfect world, being an accomplice to that, I guess, should get you some sort of penalty, but they weren't technically cheating. So I guess that's just a loophole in the system.
So we had Shroud, right? Like, that happened with Shroud.
Yep.
So that, I don't know what the end result of that was. And I know some people were complaining like, oh, he wasn't cheating. Why is he banned for this? I think maybe this is a tough one because it's kind of more impactful for the people who are in the public's eye, because there's not really a good way for a computer to decide that his teammates should be punished. The computer doesn't know like whether they noticed or whether they just thought he was good or something like that. So I think it's hard to say like there should be consequences on them, but I think it's more impactful to have somebody like Shroud be punished for supporting, and I'm using that word lightly, like I don't mean that he supports cheating in any way, but he participated and knew about a guy cheating and played with him still, or whatever the situation was, right? Sorry for my lack of knowledge about that, but that type of situation, I think, should result in a consequence rather than somebody random online.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember how Counter-Strike does this. Sorry, Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
CSGO?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
I think if you knowingly group up with a cheater, you should be banned.
But how do you prove that?
If they see that you, I mean, in a lobby.
Right, but how do you, like, some things are very obvious, but like some cheaters are pretty careful about what they do and how they do it.
Oh, that's right. I could be cheating this entire time and you guys would never know.
You know, I've thought it the whole time. But like it's kind of like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because you might not actually know.
yeah, what if like there was this guy, the guy who got me into Counter-Strike. I
Me?
went to no.
It's Counter-Strike Global Offensive, John.
He actually was more into Source, or
Damn it!
Sorry, 1.6. But he was a really good player, and I was just starting. If he had been a cheater, there would have been no way for me to know that, and I grouped up with him over
That's
and
true.
over.
That's true.
So, like, me grouping up with him, I shouldn't be punished in that specific situation. So my point is, I think there's a lot of like gray areas surrounding this that you can say, like, yes, if a person knows that their like squad mate is cheating, they should be punished. I just don't think there's an appropriate response to it.
What if they just nullify every game that you played with that person in your group? So
That
you don't
would be
actually
funny.
get punished, you just lose all your stats.
That's yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
I think that's a
honestly.
reasonable compromise.
Yeah.
Still some punishment, but not like really detrimental.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's decent. It's tough. It's a tricky thing.
For sure.
Want to
Ping.
take this next one? Yeah, you got it. I don't even have to tell you.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
may be a bit random one, a bit of a random one, but what's happened to the event pass on at Xbox? It was there for Sanhok release, and after it finished, it's just gone. Aren't they supposed to be a regular thing?
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing that happened with us on PC too, though. They
Yeah,
went, oh yeah, people don't really want to pay for this. We have to rethink how we're doing this.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was a limited time thing to celebrate that map's launch, and I think that's why we haven't seen another one yet. I bet we'll see a pass for the new map when it comes out. I
Yeah,
think
that'll
that was
be
the deal.
interesting to see. They also, with the the supply missions, it's kind of like a similar mission scenario, but just no event pass related to it. So they've kind of implemented it and are releasing it for Xbox soon, or has been released. But it's not like specific around a map.
Thomas G says, if either of you guys were doing a 24-hour charity stream, what would you have as your food for the next 24 hours? Would you have full meals or snack food? And what would you have?
Ooh,
Oh, you got to
this is
carb
a
up,
good
baby.
question.
Carb up, just like before race. I'm talking spaghetti. I'm talking fettuccine alfredo. I'm talking chicken parm. I'm talking mashed potatoes,
Stuffing?
steak, stuffing, a full turkey dinner, cranberry sauce, gravy, French fries, hamburger, hot dog, sausage with peppers and onions, a Reuben, and definitely
Hamburger
beef on
helper.
wick. If you haven't
Mac
had
and
that
cheese.
before, you need to know what that is.
What's beef on wick?
Beef on wick. It's beef. It's a hot roast beef sandwich. It's like sliced roast beef in au jus. And then on a toasted weck roll, which is like a, I don't know if you say like wick or weck because it's technically spelled W-E-C-K, but it's caraway seeds and salt on a buttered toasted roll
That sounds good.
with like horseradish on it if you like that.
That sounds
Delicious.
delicious.
And did you say mac and cheese?
I was just adding to your carb load.
Oh yeah.
So I would do a mixture. I would definitely have. You don't want to be making food, so I would have something that's easy to have ready. Personally, my choice would be like a big batch of curry beforehand, like Japanese curry. Like for those of you who haven't had it, it's kind of just like stew, beef chunks, carrots, potatoes, whatever. Have that with rice, really filling, really good. And then snacking on top of that, I have been really into eating sweet potatoes lately. I think they're
Ooh.
really good. They're filling. You can my wife showed me that you can chop them into quarters and bake them for like half the time. Because normally when you bake a sweet potato, it takes like 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They take forever. But if you cut them into quarters and lay them on the baking sheet, they take like half the time, which is awesome. And there's some good carbs for you.
Yeah, and they saved Matt Damon from Mars when he got stuck there.
From Mars, yeah. Mars was attacking Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say something that is like a prepared meal and then snacks on top of that. Random snack food. I like Cheez-Its, those kinds of things. Tortilla chips.
Yeah.
What was I just eating? Wheat Thins.
Oh, Triscuits and Wheat Thins. Yeah, big on those.
Yeah. Something like that that's easy to snack on that gets you some food. Also, like grapes. Grapes
Oh,
are great to have around.
Grapes are so underrated. I feel like they do not get the attention they deserve. You don't have to cut them up. They're handheld. They're delicious. Yep. You can freeze them, and they're like a frozen popsicle. They're awesome.
Never tried that.
Fucking delicious. You should try that. You should definitely try that.
In the UK, they have like tons of different strains of grape.
Really?
Like, yeah. So there's like king grapes, which are huge. They're like fucking plums. There's like Vittoria, which are very sweet. They kind of taste like, it's hard to describe, but they almost like an apple mixed with a grape.
Ooh.
Sable grapes, Muscat grapes. There's tons of different like named grapes, and these aren't brands. These are like strains of grapes. It's interesting. Never seen that.
That's cool. So here I've actually had a cotton candy flavored grape.
I've heard of this.
And
Was
I
it good?
don't know how they do it. It's not that bad. It literally, really, real life tastes like cotton candy. It's just very weird. But it's so sweet that you can only have a few of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, really strange.
Yeah.
But worth trying, but don't really recommend full time. That shouldn't be replacing your regular grape regimen.
Right.
I think Downward did a good idea, by the way. He's just had a vegetable platter. That's a good idea. Like,
yeah, that's handy. Yeah, and it's not too messy either, so you don't have to like be washing your hands or anything like that.
Right. Anyway, moving on.
Siphon 34. Don't know if I should have it in here or in banter, but my friend and I play a conservative style, drop far loot in relative peace, and work in trying to hit groups from behind or clean up fights. How do you guys play, and any tips, tricks for our style?
Hot drops 24/7. You're listening to it. Hot Drop Podcast. We drop hot. We podcast. Just kidding. Not actually.
So in squads, we actually drop in mid to hot, I would say.
Yeah.
We go hot to like get warmed up or to get our fire back, but we kind of play in a similar way. Like we loot. Maybe on Sanhok we usually hit a team or something like that. We loot up and then we go and try and position around where our fight. Tips for your style. So I think the most frustrating part about that kind of play style, which I know Dano's not a fan of, is when you loot for 10 minutes, you get into the first fight of the game and you die immediately. Right?
Hate that.
So I think, yeah, it's really frustrating. And I think the way you combat that is maybe try and get warmed up, right? Drop hot a couple of times to get into the groove of things, knowing that you're going to die quickly. And then when you drop lukewarm, only loot the bare essentials and try and take a guaranteed fight. Like try and go somewhere that you saw people were dropping and then play it smart when you get to that area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because here's the thing. The best loot you can find is the loot that someone's already picked up because they've already curated for you. They got the best stuff. Everything that you would pick up, they already have. Yeah. So don't be afraid to take early fights. Don't be afraid to fight before you're fully looted. Drop that medium drop or like hot offset is what your brother called it, I think, where like if you want to drop at Paradise, for example, just drop at the house just outside of Paradise and then get a gun and then move into Paradise to try to catch someone off guard. I think
you'll
it works a
basically
little bit
be
better
running
in different places, but that's an example.
Yeah. You'll have like an SMG and a helmet and like one left shoe or something like that.
That's
and you'll
fine.
run up and
Yeah.
try and steal a guy's fully kitted M4.
Right. And that's the other thing. It gives you confidence. Like, even if you die after,
Yeah.
getting a couple guys, like, I'd much rather have a game where I have 4 kills, and I finish, like, 60th versus a game where I finish second and die to the only guy I see. Or, like, if I finish 10th and die to the first guy I see. Because then you've just played for 20 minutes and done nothing, accomplished nothing.
Yeah, all your loot's gone anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
That's definitely way more fun for us. Right in the middle of a question.
Yep, I had to announce myself.
Siphon is looking for tips on how to play when you drop relatively peacefully, conservatively, and hit groups from behind, clean up fights.
Okay.
Great. So, yeah, I think those are the best ways to kind of start it out. Try and get into a fight that is relatively like risk-free, I guess.
Yeah. And if you keep having trouble with this, if you keep dropping conservatively and not getting anywhere, I think you can go 2 ways. We've had a lot of success just dropping ultra hot and getting a couple kills to, again, get the confidence back. But what you can also do is drop really cold, and that sometimes helps too. There's a strategy on Sanhok that Time to Rise taught us, which is dropping at 3 separate loot spots all near each other, but one person at each spot. And there usually is just enough loot for that one person to scrape by and get into a fight based on what they pick up there. So that's another very good way to get your confidence back.
Yeah, and if you feel like something is keeping you from going into a fight, try and realize what that is and if it really is necessary to get into the fighting part of the game. Like, are you worried about not having that one attachment to your gun? If it happens enough that you're worried about it, maybe you should try learning the gun without that attachment or use a different gun.
Love it. You don't have to fill out every attachment slot to get a kill with a gun.
But it feels really good.
But it feels good. It does. But please don't be like some people in our group, Zach, where you have to have every attachment. You'll be fine with the 2X for a little while. You'll be fine with the grip that you don't really love. You'll be okay. Just get the fight, get the weapons and loot off the guy you kill, and get your confidence rolling, because that's what's going to make for a fun night overall.
Great. Siphon again.
I'm a
Says
terrible
he's
sniper.
a terrible sniper.
Nope.
But
Cody's
he's trying to improve his game in this area. Any tips on judging distance while scoped and other practice to start doing when engaging at distance? So I just looked up how to use the scopes, and that was an adjustment, but you get better at it. I think leading is the hardest thing at a distance, but it really just comes with taking shots. Take the shots and don't hope that you're going to get a one and done every time.
Yep.
Dano
YouTube
has a
videos
great
are your
tip.
friends here.
Do you
What'd you say,
remember
John?
the one you taught me? The tip you taught me for sniping with the Car 98?
Oh, the click and hold. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So if you want to see where the bullet went, click to shoot and then hold down that button, and that will keep you scoped in to see where the bullet tracer lands. I think the other tip I can say is if you're using like a 4X on a sniper, bullet drop doesn't really kick in until after 300 meters, and that's pretty far away. So you really don't have to zero or hold above the person's head that often, because a lot of your fights, especially if you play a lot of Savage, are going to be in a closer than 300 meter distance. So you'd be surprised, like 300 is pretty far, and your bullet's going to be pretty flat for that entire time. You might have to aim up just a little bit. I think that's just going to come with practice, how high you have to aim up. But overall, you can pretty much just put the crosshair on the person's face and click.
Yeah, and even if the bullet drops a little bit, like if it's on their head, it's going to hit them in the chest anyway.
Yeah, and then that's a two-hit thing at that point.
Yeah. The other thing that you could try is using the DMRs. I know that Clay likes those to kind of two-tap people, hit them once in the head, and then try and just get a second shot on the body is pretty reliable. So you don't need to be just like, if you're not comfortable with sniping, you don't have to be like the crackest of shots to be able to win at this game.
Right. All right, we got one more question, guys. One more question. It's from ITT Tom. In this era of sequels. Oh, man, we keep doing it. All right, Johnny, take it.
I was trying to match it. I was just waiting. Sorry. I'm just playing around. Having fun, guys.
Got me. In this era of sequels, prequels, expansions, and so forth, if you were able to hop into a DeLorean, crank it up to 88 miles per hour, and rip the knob off, go back in time, what game, pre-component video connections, this is very specific, would you have liked to see continue in today's arena of 4K Ultra HD 7.2 Dolby Atmos gaming? For him, he says Joust in a 4K VR setup would be insane, or Tempest. And this is me being young and not knowing what those games are. But what do you guys think? What are your retro games?
Because I've read Ready Player One, I know what both of those games are. And I think based on Joust seems like it's a really awesome game, and that would be a really great decision.
It's so annoying. What about like a 3D Joust? It's like dogfighting, but you try. That would be interesting. Yeah, I think what we're seeing today is like a representation of that. Unless you're talking, I guess you're talking about like a direct take it from the past and put it into this arena. But I was just gonna say that like people making games today were raised on those games and like are making kind of our fantasies come true. I remember playing Link to the Past, and like a 3D Zelda game was my dream, and now they're open world, gorgeous. It's ridiculous what they look like in comparison. But like a specific one, I think. I don't have a specific game that I was like, oh, I want to know what this will be like in the future so much. You know.
So while it's not pre-component, though, like if I can go back to like
tough one, yeah,
Sega games and stuff like that, like Desert Strike, I loved that, and Jungle Strike, like those were my jam when I was younger, and I would love to see those like fully torqued. Just, I would love it.
Mm-hmm.
Socks pulled all the way up. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna agree with John here. Like every game that I played growing up, like there already is a better version of it that they've remade. Like I was into shooter games. I was into games like Age of Empires, side scroller games, all the way back to like the first Duke Nukem, which was like this DOS based side scroller game, Commander Keen, like those kind of games like that. I love those things. And like now we have like the open world version of that in 3D, which is pretty much answers this question. Is like, I don't know. I can't go back as far as like Space Invaders. Like that was a little bit before my time. Like those type of games.
Galaga would be a good one too, though.
Is that similar to Space Invaders?
They're all kind of similar, aren't they?
Yeah, kind of. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a good answer for this, unfortunately.
Yeah, good question, though. I like that. So, yeah, any final thoughts, boys?
I think we should make that hotline. It can only mean one thing.
You have new messages.
Oh, hey there. So yeah, as I was sitting here just kind of listening to the show and thinking about how great you guys are and sipping on some Balls, ultra caffeinated soda, It's so delicious. I just wish it flowed from my faucet instead of water, to be honest. It really keeps my wits about me when I'm during my final boss fight, gets my term paper done by sunrise, and it makes my fatigue just cower in fear. But, you know, as I'm really thinking, it's not an energy drink. It's a crisp, super caffeinated soda, and it's infused with the naturally energizing guarana berry, which gives it its unique flavor. So, I say to all of you, reach for your balls. With 6 flavors, original, cherry, orange, ginger, root beer, and zero, there's sure to be a flavor for you. Go online, go to balls.com, and use code FUELEDBYBALLS for free shipping. Peace and love. Hot Drop for life. I love the logo. Choomy's the man. You guys are awesome. Peace.
Hey guys, Andrew here. Just wanted to say, super excited about the community night coming up. Can't wait to see everybody there. Have a good one.
Hello, Hot Drop listeners. It's Colonel Ping, also known as Colonel Twin. Just wanted to drop a message to everybody as apparently I'm having twins. It's not like, you know, anybody knows about that kind of thing. So my time on PUBG is going to be relatively short going forward. I will be back, obviously, but I just wanted to drop a message and say, you know, these last few months of the podcast, the Discord, and playing PUBG with you guys has been phenomenal. It's been a great laugh. We've had some good games. We've had some horrible games. We've had some massive clutch plays. We've had some awful chokes as well. A lot from myself. We won't mention the driving, just in case Matty Von Doom gets a little bit upset with, dude, what are you doing? But really, it was just to kind of re-emphasise what Dano and Cody were talking about last week, in that the Discords and the community that you pair and everybody else has actually put together is pretty unbelievable, to be fair. And, you know, if you had to talk to someone about it, to tell them what this place was like, I just don't think they would get it. So yeah, it was just a, you know, massive hats off to everybody, kudos to everyone, everyone that I've played with. It's been a pleasure. As Danny said in the podcast last week, you know, nobody's met me. I've not met a lot of you guys, or well, I've not met any of you guys. But you still talk about your lives, stuff that goes on. People know that, you know, I'm having twins and all that kind of stuff. And do you know what? It's awesome, because then you can jump online, you can talk about stuff. It's not just about the game, it's about life. It's about general chit-chat, bit of banter, good fun. And also, we're all pretty good at the game, which is brilliant. So yeah, just a little nod to everyone to say, you know, keep up the good work. I'll still be touching in with people every once in a while. Obviously let you know how everything goes. Listen to the podcast. Got to check out the new merch, obviously, when it gets released. But yeah, boys, look, Dano, Cody, Lemon John, everybody, you're all pretty decent guys. Well, you're better than pretty decent. You're all bloody marvellous, aren't you? Let's be honest. Keep up the good work, and I'll be in touch soon. All right, guys, take care. Have a good week. Bye.
Yo, guys, this is the Downward Spiral. I just want to give a big fucking thank you to everybody who helped me out this past weekend and got me through. Look at me, I'm fucking talking like I was fucking coming back from a war or something. But anyway, big thank you to everybody who played with me, donated, kept my spirits up, talked me through it. Just anyway, big fucking thank you to all of you out there. This community is top-notch. I walk around with an erection all day long thinking about this community. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Peace out.